we got this other small field done. It's about 7 acres or so there, not too much, and got 4 acres on the north side of the creek that actually connects to the neighbors that are combining this for us. Lens is really dark. There we go. My dad and I were dumping that other truck. He already got finished and got his head off. I was hoping I'd get a video of him getting his head off, but didn't get that done. Maybe we'll get lucky and get something hooking it back up, so we don't have to do that very much. Alright, we made it in the elevator. I'm going to check and see if we're on the scale. I hope we are. And, oh, cutting it close. I'm going to weigh this truck, and we're not going to dump it. We're going to see if we can fit what's on the last 4 acres on this truck. But because it's a different field, we want to know how much it actually is. And it's for crop insurance purposes and record purposes and all sorts of stuff. Looks like we got almost all the normal weight on the front end of this truck. Getting close anyway. 7,500 on the front end. Put our board so we can fit our duals on the scale. There's all sorts of fun little obstacles we got to deal with, but hey, it's good to have a scale. Not every farmer has a scale like this. Part of the reason we don't have a grain cart either, because we do have a scale, and a lot of the older style grain carts that we probably would use wouldn't have a scale anyway. We got to check and make sure we're on the scale. You can tell we're good on that one from this angle. This one will be a question. But if we get all the way down here, we can see it. There is space between the steel part and the wood that's the scale. Check out and see what the back end of it is. All right, back end weighs 17,075. 17,075 pounds. And I know Dad is going to ask me how much was on the truck, so I need to do some math real quick. So, 7,500 plus 17,075. So that's the whole weight of the truck. We know this truck weighs 11,800 or thereabouts, and that's what we normally use. So there's the weight of the beans that's on the truck, and there's 60 pounds in a bushel of beans, so divide by 60. So that is 213, that's what we're going to say. So 213 bushel on this truck. And this truck can hold as many as, let's see. I don't have a full one there. There's a full one, 316, so we can hold another 100 bushel on here. So that'd work out really well. And 4 acres at 20 bushels an acre, that's probably only 80 bushel or so. So, hey, I bet we're going to get it all on here. All right, we made it down to the field. It's back over here. So this is actually the neighbor's field that's cutting for us. This is his field here. And we'll get his combine hooked up. The reason this little bend isn't his is that's the way the section line runs. And so, well, that's just the way it is. and we own what's south of it in that section, and boy, that'd be a lot of surveying to split it off. And well, I guess maybe you never know, one day something will happen and one of the other of us will have the whole thing. While we're waiting on the combine to get here, I'm gonna go check out this bridge. I haven't walked on it in a little while. It's a big crooked bridge. It's probably gonna get replaced, I would guess, in the next decade, but they've been talking about it for 2 or 3 decades now. So it's a good strong old bridge, and it's only got a 40-ton weight limit, but I bet it could take 60 with ease. Maybe not repeatedly, but people like to fly through here on this curve, and it was instilled in me as a kid to be careful of people. There's the cornfield Dad's been working on, kind of behind the trees. So this is the 110-mile creek that runs out of the Pomona Lake. The lens is probably really dusty. It's a little more picturesque on this side. This is what feeds the city of Ottawa, their water, and maybe some others. Somebody left us a bush light present down there at the bottom. So there's almost always water flowing in here. Well, I've never not seen water flowing, we'll put it that way. And this is how we can have our cows down here. We'll run them on these corn stalks, and this will be their source of water, thankfully. So even in a dry year, we're blessed. We usually have water sources that are close to home for wintering, and that we don't always have to run rural water or something. Sounds like we got a car coming, so better get off the bridge. Here's the underside of the bridge. 2 big old beefy stout concrete columns there. So we do have to fence along there, and our fence is right there on this side of the bridge. It's a little easier to get to than the other side. Not quite as, it's a lot steeper on the other side. And to get down to the river right there would be kind of tough, actually. But you can tell this isn't the original bridge, because right there is some sort of an abutment for an old one. And right here as well, I've actually never really paid that much attention to it. So who knows when that was. I'm not sure when this bridge was built, but it's not new by any means. The abutment on that side's kind of cracked, but it's doing pretty good otherwise. Had to put some guardrail here a few years ago. People hit the bridge every now and then, and somebody really KO'd it right there. We're gonna see this pickup go across the bridge here real quick. They probably won't even see me. And you can see there's a little bit of concrete rot and stuff under there. So anyway, well, we're gonna make the truck back up to the top where the truck is. So there's the load currently on the truck. We'll see what it looks like when we get the rest of it on here. Hopefully it'll all fit on. Here comes the combine. He's just gonna go ahead and dive off there to avoid this truck and trailer that's coming through. Looks like maybe you're tilted a little bit down on this side. I don't know. It looks like maybe you're tilted a little bit down on this side. I don't know if that makes a difference.
It is. I can adjust that.
Gotcha. All right, and think about getting you all cleaned up here. That makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, it won't sit down on there.
All right. lot easier than our case header is. So that's a lot easier than our case header is.
Yeah. Well, on the newer ones, on the CRs, there's just a lever that you pull up here to lock it on.
That'd be nice.
I like that. I would like that.
I'm sure they made it a lot easier to hook and unhook as they realized people were going to start be doing that more and more. So when we have cows on our pasture or our field here that's to the south, that's part of this quarter there, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a cattle panel right there, and we have that up to try to keep the cows from walking north on the river there. And it's still up, so that's a good deal. I don't know if we're going to end up having cows in there or not. There may be cows in there, actually. I didn't ask Dad, and I haven't drove that way. So we've got 120 that we brought home yesterday that are going to get preg checked tomorrow, I think. And so that may be where some of them end up going. Probably so until we get the rest of that corn harvested and they get that cleaned up, and then they'll get moved to those corn stalks. But here's where our field begins at, a little marker here. And the neighbor's getting her shucked off for us real quick. There's the residue that comes out, all chopped up. That's the ground cover for the winter. Cattle would actually eat some of that, but cows won't graze this specific spot here. But they might down there. There where we had beans as well. Probably got 3 more passes here maybe. We'll see. Looks like we're not going to quite get her all on the last pass here. We'll have just a little bit more to get it. There you go, folks. There's the last little bit of harvest. Soybeans, that is, for this year. Appreciate you watching this video, folks. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Have a good one. We'll see you next time. They were thick down there. They were thick down there. I don't think his unloads anywhere near as fast as yours does. What? I don't think his unloads anywhere near as fast as yours does. There we go, final unload soybeans.